Hello, everyone. Hello, Marianne. I see you out there. Thank you for joining me tonight, um, or today, wherever, whatever it is in your, part of the world. It's getting toward night here, and well, it's definitely night. It's dark. It's super dark. It's getting so dark so early, and it's making me a little bit crazy. But there's still a lot of day left, so. Um, I hope you're all doing okay. How is everyone? It's been a while since we've been here. I think my last time here was when I did a check-in, and we showed some of Andrew's art for my fundraiser. I think that was the last time. If you've been following along, I've had some health updates. I seem to be on a upward good trajectory, so we're hoping that continues. And I don't have any relapses or anything like that. So far, knock on wood, everything has been going well. So I'm taking, I checked in with my doctor this previous Monday, and if you didn't see our update, my blood pressure is back to good. My heart rate is back to good. Now that's on medications, so the question is, in the end, am I going to be able to be off of these medications or not? I don't know. And I will find more maybe about that out in 4 weeks now or so. But for now, I seem to be good. I am slowly getting my energy back. I have not had a lot of energy. Today was one of the first days where I feel kind of more energetic and like have enough energy to stand for any period of time. It was really strange to me. I guess it shouldn't be, it's your heart, but it was really strange to me how much energy it took away. This whole week, it's been, sorry, this whole week, it has been just me kind of leaning. Boy, I start talking to you all and something gets in my throat. Yeah, this whole week I've kind of been leaning on things and doing a lot of sitting. I'm kind of tired for sitting so much, but I'm just super, I get exhausted very quickly. And the people I know who've gone through this say that's pretty normal until your heart recovers and kind of starts feeling better. And a lot of the inflammation and all that starts going down. It's kind of like that. So far, so good. I have, knock on wood again, have not had any feelings of fluttering or anything like that. So I'm still drinking lots of water. I'm drinking at least 1 to 2 of these a day. It's about 1.5 of them I get finished in a day, which is almost a full gallon. And I've been still trying to eat right. Thanksgiving was a little bit, we still had good food, I should say. I just had a lot of it. I've been trying to cut back a little bit on my portions, but I've had a lot of good food over Thanksgiving. So let me say hi to everybody. There's a lot of people here. Thank you for joining me. I caught Marianne at the very beginning. Hello, Norma. Thank you for joining. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining in. It's good to see you. Harry, it's great to see you. I love seeing all of you again. It's been a long time. I just have not had the energy to do these lives after a full day. And especially we're doing some extra things. I'm going to show you some of the things we're trying to work on. Little sneak peek today, but I've just not had the energy. So we miss y'all. And it's so freaking good to see y'all here again, because it's feeling like it's more of a return to normalcy. So yeah, and it's just good to see my friends, right? Let's see, Anne is with us. Hello, Anne. Susan says Smokey is sitting on me, and he says hello, Smokey. Thank you for joining us, Smokey. Suzanne is here. Hello, Suzanne, with the AG Bead fam. Y'all, we say AG Bead fam, and we don't, we're a family, I don't know how else to say that. And I hope that you feel that too. I hope you feel the spirit of that. in everything we try to do, and everything that, we come together for one another when we need to. We, send those good vibes and that good energy, and we try and do as much as we can for each other. And I think if you're really in the AG Bead fam, I think you know that, and I hope that you feel that. Suzanne says, Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, yes, Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a great one if you celebrate it. I know it's one of those holidays that does not have a great start. And while we can't change that, we can, try to change what we do and how we move forward with it. And I try to use it as a day to give thanks. It's one of those hard days for me personally. Even to put something up on our social media page, it's hard for me to decide to do that because for a lot of people, it's not a great day, and it shouldn't be taken lightly that it's not a great day for them. So we try to keep that in our minds and in our hearts. And I try to make it a day that I'm appreciative for what I have, truly a Thanksgiving. And you all are part of that. So thank you for being a part of my, my world and the things that I have to give thanks for. And when I say I mean we too. Andrew too. He was up all night, so he's napping right now. And I don't know I hope I'm not waking him up. I'm in the room right over from him, but this is the place we have to film, and I couldn't get up to the cottage in time today because I had to stop and eat. I was famished today. So I had to stop home here and eat, and I got held up a little bit at the end of the store today. Hello, Barbara. First time been able to tune in for a minute. It's the first time we've been here in a minute. I don't think we've had a live all this week. And most of last week. So ever since I wasn't feeling good, our lives have been few and far between, and hopefully we'll be changing that soon. I'm just trying to be cautious about how much I do and how much energy I expend. So thank you all who are supporting us in spite of us not having a lot of lives and not doing a lot of live sales this way. We do appreciate your support in the online store and those coming into the physical store. It means a lot to us. There are, without those, I would not be able to rest and properly recuperate. So while we're not pushing the fundraiser for William right at this minute, because I don't feel, we're still waiting for things to come in. I don't have the bills yet for everything. I don't have. So while we still may need that, and we still may have to redo that right at this moment, I'm just trying to rest and recover instead of putting tons of energy into building new product announcements and things like that. So we do really appreciate your support on whatever you're able to do and whatever you're able to purchase if you feel so inclined. We're having a sale both in-store and online, 20% off everything except consignment art. So I'll get a little bit more into that a little bit later, but I just wanted to say thank you all for your support so far. And we're not pushing it. That doesn't mean we don't need it or we won't need it or need to do a push. We're just trying to allow me to have time to rest a little bit more. And Andrew too. Andrew's completely worn out right now. Not only worrying about me and what I need and taking care of me, but also things that he's been going through personally with his family. And the holidays are hard with that too. So I'm not going to speak for him, but we're both very maxed out. So when we say we appreciate the support, you don't know, unless you've been through things like this, and some of you have, I know, you don't know how much heartfelt I mean that. I can't give you all physical hugs, but if I could, I'd go around to each one of you and do it so that you know how much we appreciate that and how much that support and that permission to rest. Because right now, it's the holiday season has gotten a little better. It's brought things up a little bit, but it's been a hard year, and I've not had that permission to rest, which is why I think my body started to do what it did, and it's only with your support that I have that. So thank you, and thank you from both of us. Teresa's joining in. You look great. Thank you so much. I need a haircut badly, but I'm trying to do something with it as much as I can, even if it's the crazy professor look, I guess, until I can actually get in and get myself an appointment and think far enough into the future to do that. Let's see here. Susan is here. Hello, Susan, our neighbor. Thank you. And I'm behind in the comments, so I'm going to catch up here a little bit before I start, hopefully before I start blabbering again. Sandra's here with Sweet Pea Gemstones. Hello, Sandra. How are you doing? Michelle is here. Hello, Michelle. Cheryl is here. Hello, Cheryl. Cindy is with us. Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining in. Marion says, it's so nice to see you all. Yeah, I don't think about that, though. You know, sometimes that when we don't go live, you all probably don't see each other that often as much, too. And I know other people do lives, and some of you cross over, but it's not the AGB fam in full force, right? So, you know, that's a different thing to think about, too. Try not to put the pressure on myself, but I'm glad you do get to hang out with each other, and it is nice to see all of you. Cindy says, glad you're feeling better. Thank you. Susan says, no worries, you need to heal. I am trying. I am trying. Catherine says, love seeing the brightness return to your eyes. Yeah, that's one thing. I'm getting my energy back little by little by little by little. And you know, that's kind of one of our sayings is little by little. And just trying to take it one moment at a time as much as we can and still keep things pushing forward in some way. Hello, Linda. Thank you for joining in today. Let's see here. Who else? Anne says, thank you for acknowledging that about Thanksgiving, William. Our city has made the day after Thanksgiving, which used to just be, which used to be just DAT holiday, is now Ho Chunk Day to honor Native people in the area. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah, it's, you know, Michelle says, yes, Native American Heritage Day, right? And Marianne's asking why it's called Ho Chunk, and she says a lot of Native people from this area, from the Ho Chunk Nation. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, it's good, right? Barbara says, I can't buy every day, but $3 each month is something. Hey, we appreciate that. That's on the I just blanked Patreon, so thank you. Yes, we do appreciate that very much. Let's see here. What is that? Marianne says something. William, I don't know what that little, I can't see what that symbol is. Susan says, I'm glad you mentioned that about Thanksgiving too. Very problematic day. Yes. Yes. Susan says, no worries about the hair. It looks good. Thanks. Marianne says, but no pressure to do more than you can. Thank you. Anne says, don't worry, we get to interact in the Allegory Gallery Design Challenge group. Yes. Yes. And if you're not a member of that group, thanks for bringing it up, Anne. Please join. That's a beautiful group on Facebook that we have, the Allegory Gallery Design Challenges group. And you can, if you search that, you'll find it on Facebook, and you can join and hang out with everybody there. It is, it's a good group of people, and it's growing slowly. And I prefer in that group, I would prefer slow growth over rapid, crazy growth because, you know, we don't want to sacrifice quality for quantity in that group, and we have a lot of quality there right now. Not only is it a bunch of people who are willing to help you with your designs and give you inspiration and answer questions and, you know, just you know, give you, you know, positive critiques on things if you need it. But it is also, you know, a bunch of people who are there as a support system in case you need it. So, yeah, It's a good group of people. Most of you, as I see here, are in that group, so thank you. Hello, Donna. Thanks for joining in. So today is just a Let's Chat day, and there are a number of reasons for that. One, I don't have a ton of new stuff to show you, but we are working on some new projects, and I wanted to show you. Some of them may never happen. Some of them may definitely happen. Some of them we're planning on definitely having them happen. I don't have a lot to show you today, but I also wanted to keep this fairly quick because I plan to go up to the cottage tonight, I hope. Now that I have a little more energy. Hold on. I'm going to take a drink and see if that helps or if that's what's making it worse. Okay, let's see if that works. I plan to go up to the cottage tonight, and I have stashes of things up there. You know, sometimes when we finish a live, things get put in a box or Barb goes through them and then they get set aside and they don't get reclaimed right away, or there are things that we find and we're like, we're going to do this with them, and it doesn't quite happen, or I'm going to take those into the physical store and I'm going to put them in the store, and then I forget to take the box, and then I forget that I forgot to take the box. So there are a lot of things in the cottage that are hanging out, and I thought since we're having a sale, and we've not been injecting a ton of new stuff. Like, we try to put new stuff in there pretty often, and sometimes you have to search for it because it's weird new stuff, or it's restock sometimes and it doesn't pop up as new. But I think I'm going to go up there and do something that I don't have to do too much moving around. So I'm going to sit myself down at one of my desks there. I'm going to take some pictures of some stuff, and I'm going to start loading some things into the online store. And I can sit and I can listen to music, or I can put on my iPad and watch some TV, and just kind of do it. I was thinking maybe I would do a video while I do it and chat with people, but I don't know if I'm going to do that because I can't really play music and stuff, and I'd probably end up chatting more than working, and that may not be great. I was going to do a let's work with us video, but I don't know if I'm going to do that now that I'm thinking about it, because I think I work better to television, honestly. And I think I'm going to put my iPad up, and I'm going to watch some TV or some YouTube, and I'm just going to, take one thing at a time. One thing, take a picture, edit it, put it in the online store, hit go live, take another picture. That way I don't stress myself out by having like 30 things that I have to get all the way through. Because that, I like to complete something. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3 and then post them, because we have things that I want to get through. And since we're having a sale in the online store, there's a lot of one-off stuff that is not in the online store. It doesn't need to be sitting in a box somewhere. And since I don't have a lot of energy to go rummaging around or, do anything too exciting, I figured that would be a good way to maybe use some of my time and restful time and kind of just work on things slowly as I can. And it'll give you some stuff to look at and new stuff to maybe grab in the online store while we're having this sale go on. The sale that we're having is 20% off everything in the online store except consignment art, and that is the same sale that is going on in the physical store. 20% off everything in the physical store, less the consignment art. And the physical store has been having the sale for this entire month, I believe, or at least most of this month. But it has not been very big. I will say that. There haven't been a lot of people who've come in just for the sale. Most people see the sale on our sandwich board outside. It's not that they're hearing the news and coming in for it. So I want to try to make the online sale here a little bit bigger to help compensate for some of that and give you all some newish stuff, stuff maybe you missed in some of our lives, or maybe I will pull some new vintage check or I'll go around the cottage and maybe find a strand or two here and there of things that won't be missed too much. And these are going to be limited quantity things. They're going to be very one-off things, and I may just put one strand here and one strand there of some stuff, but just to get it in the online store and get you something kind of fresh, because you may have missed it, or maybe you don't see all of our lives, or maybe you didn't need it when you saw it originally and now you might. So I thought that would be a good way to use my time maybe later tonight and still get some things done. Michelle says, don't do too much. You need to rest. I do. I know, and I won't. Don't worry. I've been trying to be cautious about that. Susan says, let's chat is fine. I think many of us are chilling a bit, and keeping things low key is great. Yeah, that was the other reason I didn't want to do anything too crazy tonight. Because I thought about, well, if I postpone till later tonight and go up to the cottage, I get this stuff ready and I could do a live sale. But I also know that many of you just went through Thanksgiving. Many of you are probably, looking for gifts of Black Friday, Small Business Saturday. You're preparing shopping lists. You're doing all this. And I wasn't sure what the turnout would actually be anyway for something like that. So I figured whoever comes to chat with me for a little bit, and we do what we do here, and then I can go up and get some things into the online store that will be more accessible to people than just on a live broadcast. Anne says, I've recently had stash in my studio finds while cleaning. I'm sure you'll find a lot of good stuff. Yes, I know there's stuff up there, and I know there's stuff that we have never put in the online store that I want to, and I'm going to start loading some of that up, like I said, so that hopefully, some of y'all might grab it during the online sale, which will go through Monday, by the way. The online sale will end at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time Monday night. That's Cyber Monday, unless we extend it, but as of right now, that's the plan. We don't like to do these sales for too long, but well, it's not that we don't like to. It's just that we don't want to run on sales all the time, because that's not a way to do business when you don't have the markups that some people do. So it will go through Monday night. Michelle says, I've been working more. My jewelry is at Venice Beach now. Nice. That's awesome. I saw the things you were posting. They looked really good. And Anne, you were finding good things. I think I saw some of those good things. Marianne just said that too. It was great seeing what you found and what you did with them. Yeah, you from what I saw, you were finding some good stuff too. Michelle says, it just started, so I don't know yet how it's going. Yes, you won't know right until it goes, but we do hope that it goes well for you. Oops, let's see here. Comments just skipped. Susan says, Anne, it was awesome seeing your studio finds. Susan says, I just need to hit the button on my cart. Thank you. Yeah, you might want to, I don't know, maybe you want to hold out a little bit. I don't know. We'll try and combine orders if you make multiple orders, because I don't know how much, honestly, I'm going to get done. I don't want to tell you to wait until I'm all done, because there's not going to be an all done. And I don't know how much energy I'll have. Depends after this live and how things go. But I'm going to start adding some more stuff. All right. Hello, Julie. Thanks for tuning in. Sandra says, I have been on vacation for the last couple weeks. I was going to ask if you're back yet. I couldn't remember the date you got back. I thought it was relatively soon-ish, like in this time period. So I missed your lives. I don't think you missed much. I think most of the time you've been gone, we've not had many lives. House hunting has been exhausting. She says, glad you're feeling better. I'm driving back to Miami now. Stopped for the night. Okay. So yeah, I thought it was around the 24th, 25th, 26th, somewhere in there. No, you have not missed much. We have not had many lives. We've probably had 2 or 3 lives in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say. So mostly relying on, thank goodness, y'all grabbed up a lot of Andrew's latest art pieces. We really appreciate that so much. Andrew's been getting some weird feedback on his art from time to time, and it's been a little bit, he can, he brushes it off for the most part. It makes me a little crazy. Um, I have to admit, when I see things, um, the things some people say sometimes, like maybe not meaning to be offensive, or maybe they are, but like I've always like, if you don't have something nice to say, just move on. You don't have to comment on everything you see. Um, but some people, and especially the Krampus, which has not been an issue until this year. I'm not going to get too much into that, but one of the projects that I started working on was dealing with that, and I'm going to show you that. And Andrew talked about this on one of his posts, and I'm just going to talk about a little bit right now because I don't want to get too much into it. Let me see some more comments before I go too far. Susan says, I've been putting up our holiday stuff, taking long breaks in between. All the Black Friday stuff is a bit overwhelming, so I'm only buying from artisan shops like yours. Thank you. We appreciate that a lot. Yeah. Uh, you know, no matter what, as much as we try to, shop small, shop local, I get that people know people who want the big stuff. They want the TVs, they want the big deals. They want to go to the big box stores. They need stuff from the stores. They need kitchen appliances, or I get that. And I will say that year after year, it seems like Black Friday in Ligonier is getting a little bit bigger. It is still not a phenomenal day by any means. And sorry, I just thought of something I wanted to mention to you, and if I don't write it down while it's flashing through my brain. But I will say there were more people, I think, out this year for Black Friday than in past years. We did not have a crazy day in the store. I had a lot of people. There were a good number of people in the store. They seemed to come in waves. It was very strange, but that's retail. If you've worked retail, you know that for some reason, when one person walks in the door, you may have had 30 minutes of nobody, but when one person walks in, then suddenly 10 people walk in. And out of those 10 people, maybe one will buy something. And that's just the way that it is. And then you'll sit for 45 minutes again without anybody. And that's kind of the day. But Black Friday is generally not the day for small business. So anybody out there who, is feeling bad maybe about not shopping small today, it's okay. Tomorrow's your day, right? We get it. Black Friday, people want those super good deals. Of course, Black Friday now is being extended like all month long for some places. So, but I know they still give those special things, on the day. But tomorrow is Small Business Saturday, and it's usually a better day in store for us. It's one of the bigger days of the holiday season. So if you are local, we hope you'll stop out to Ligonier and come visit and say hi, and let me know if you watch these videos and you're stopping by to Allegory Gallery. Say hi. I will be there. But I'm hoping for a good day tomorrow, both online and in store. And that's another reason I'm trying to go tonight to, boost up the online store, just to give a little bit more variety there than what maybe people have seen lately. I don't know. We haven't been updating as much because I've not been feeling well. So trying to give a little spark there, maybe. Marion says, just the Black Friday's ads are a little overwhelming. It's true. And because it's becoming one of those things, it's becoming a month-long event. It's by the time it happens, it's like elections. By the time they happen, you're way done with them, right? Anne says, today I finished, wrapped all my sales from the Artists for Animals auction. I raised $626 for my charity. That's phenomenal. So congrats, Anne. That's really amazing. And that is such a good thing. I wish I could do more for that or take part in that a little bit more than we do. But so glad you're doing that. And it's really an awesome thing. Let's see. Michelle says, William, I was asked to make 2 of the Starry Night chokers, so I will email you what delicas I will need. Okay, because I might just have them. Because we ordered them for you before, I usually order more, a little bit more than what we send for you. So I might actually have them ready to go for you, most of them anyway, because I don't know if some of them got onto the store floor yet. That happens too. That happens too. When it's not restocked, sometimes getting the new stock in is more difficult. Suzanne says, I was supposed to get 2 packages from AG, but the mailman never came. Sad. I was supposed to get a package, and they tried to deliver before we were even open, which we opened the same time. You'd think they'd know. But they tried to deliver before we were open today, and then they did not redeliver. So I was sad today too, because it was something that we're planning for Handmade Arcade in Pittsburgh. We're going to be in the Handmade Arcade show. And we had we purchased some things for our booth, and we're hoping that they all get here in time to do a different kind of booth setup than we have been doing, to make it a little bit more intimate, or a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, more polished, or, personal. So we ordered a backdrop and some things to kind of fade out the background so that you can't just see through our booth to someone else. So it kind of keeps you in the area, because we don't have tents and stuff there. So we have a backdrop that we ordered, and we'll see how that works. But I didn't get it today, so I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Everyone's saying that's great, Anne, right? Donna says the deal about the Krampus ornament was really stupid. It was not just the ornament, it was just the Krampus in general. We sent out an email. I guess it was about the ornament, because that was what it was on too. But we sent out an email, and somebody messaged us and said that they lost or that we lost their support because of the anti-Semitic Krampus. So we tried to, do our research, and there is only some kind of circumstantial guessing evidence that maybe that's what it is. Andrew's Krampus looks nothing like the one that might have been done like that. So, we are not that way at all. And it's crazy to think that if anyone knew us, that we would put something out like that knowingly. But yes, and we've asked a ton of people, a lot of our friends who are Jewish, just to get their point of view and to see if that they've heard anything about this, because sometimes you learn things and things change. And I'm like, did we just totally miss the news on this? But there are so many Krampusnacht celebrations around the country and around the world that I can't, and they're still happening. They've not canceled them all. So, I think this is one of those things that is popping up maybe on Twitter and Reddit. And I don't want to say it's trying to make something out of something that's not there, but I think that there's a possibility that that's what's happening. I never want to take it away from people. I don't want people to be offended. I don't want people to be feeling like we're hurting them. But it's as much as we can read, and as much as we can research and find, and as much as we've asked countless people and friends, both Jewish and not, we have not had anyone but this one person come back saying that they think that it might be. So it's still given us pause. It's still, we've left it on the website for our ornament. But we're hesitant. Like I said, I was working on another project with it, which is really, I think, super cute, but we've been hesitant to release it. So I'm going to show that to y'all today. And if we need to have a discussion about it, we can. But that's one of the things. So Donna, yes, it's, and then somebody went kind of, it wasn't even about that, and brought up that it looks demonic or satanic. And okay, maybe it kind of does. I mean, Krampus is Krampus, but if you know what Krampus is, it's, there's more to it. It's not Satan worshiping, you know. Um, Susan says people need to leave Andrew and his great art alone. Yeah. Um, Marianne says some people mean to be offensive, right? It's true. Some people do. Anne says, I saw that rude comment about Andrew's art, whatever. Meanwhile, his latest Heart and Bird series sold out. Yes. The Heart sold out, and the Monarch of the Sky, Wild Hearts and Monarch of the Sky both sold out. So thank you all for that. We really do appreciate that. I hope you like the price point of those things. We tried to price them that they were affordable for people. Sanders says people are weird about art. They need to right? Yeah, if you don't like something, and we're public people, we're pretty public. And so people think that that's okay then just to say whatever they want because we're public figures. I mean, we put ourselves out there. We're not anyway like actors or, that are really public figures like that. But because we are, people seem to think that we deserve to get what we get, like when you get bad feedback, you deserve that because you're out there in the public, and that's not the way that the world should work. Just because people put themselves out there to keep their lives running and to have a business and to create a community, doesn't mean that they deserve bad things. And I would say that for anybody. Like I don't go around trying to find the worst of people and point it out or make up things about other people. So, just because people are public does not mean that they deserve what they get. That's I don't think that's right. But I mean, you are putting yourself out there knowing that could happen, but you don't deserve it. So if you are out there publicly and you are doing things, whether that's in your job, whether that's in your hobbies, whether that's in, just trying to create a business and make it run, just please know that at least I don't feel, if you get bad things that happen, you don't deserve that. Don't take that on yourself. Don't internalize that, because that's a danger too. And I've seen it happen to dear friends of mine who put themselves out there. They start to believe that they are deserving of that bad energy and that whatever comes their way. And that's not the truth. So just know that I've said it. So that means it's real, right? But no, honestly. Susan says some people just look for stuff to nitpick about. They should get life. Just move on, right? It's so weird. It's so weird. Michelle says just dumb what they complained. I know what they complained about. Yeah. Donna says people need to be nicer and kinder. I don't understand why they have to make such mean comments. Don't like it, keep scrolling. That's exactly it. I don't understand it either. I really don't. When I see something I don't like, I hit that little X that says, don't show me this anymore. And I don't do that on if some of my friends post something I don't like, sometimes that happens. You don't agree 100% with everybody I still don't even hit that because I know that may come back on them in some way. And normally I like the stuff, but if I don't like something, I just keep going. Now, if it's something that somebody I don't know, or something that they're trying to put in my feed that is not something I've already liked, then I hit that little X. It's easy. It's easy. Michelle says, so many Black Friday emails, messages, and TV. Yes, it's true. And I'm sorry. I've been part of that today. I've sent emails. I've sent text messages, plural, for the first time in forever, I think. Maybe once. Maybe one other time I did twice in one day. But they told us, they said, if you do this twice in one day, there's a better chance that you'll actually reach people today. So I'm like, all right, I'll do another little text message. So if you got 2 text messages, that's from us. Sorry, I don't want to, do it, but just trying to make sure you see it today because there's so much. And we know that you all want to shop small, and we wanted to make sure you got the news that there's a sale, because you do need the discount code in it. I can't do an automatic discount code because of the way that it's set up for the consignment art. So for the spooky creepy show. So you have to use a discount code, and I wanted to make sure you saw that. Donna says, I do not do Black Friday. I can't stand the craziness. Plus, I don't need anything that bad. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. But some people do. Some people, it's their one chance and, to get a TV and a thing that at a price they can afford. And that's the sad thing, too, is that, it is hard. And I know people can't afford a lot right now. A lot of people can't. A lot of people can. A lot of people can afford whatever they want. Must be nice. But a lot of people can't afford a lot right now. And I do know, I don't want to put anyone down who does Black Friday, because the corporate they, have put people in a position that this is the day that they can afford stuff, if they can afford it at all. And so I understand. I 100% get it. If you need to get a gift for somebody, or you need something yourself, I get today's the day to do it. So I'm not putting anyone down, but we just hope that if you can shop small too, that you do. Donna says, received my package from you. Turquoise is beautiful. I love my selection of Andrew's Wild Heart. Oh, good. Did you get the Wild Heart already? Holy moly. Barb's been working hard at getting everything out. She came back and she's been going at it, trying to get those packages out. So, because I was not able to do much at all while she was gone. Donna says, I got my Peruvian pendant and the gemstone on Tuesday, and I love that. Oh, good. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Marion says, I've only ever done Black Friday online and definitely not every year. Yeah, it's, you can get caught up in it too. Spending money you don't need to spend on stuff you don't really need because all the deals are there. I've done that before. I like to think I'm a little older and wiser now. I don't need all that stuff. I actually need to get rid of a lot of stuff. So I'm going to Black Friday my house. Anybody want stuff? I got stuff. Susan says, I have a friend used to love doing the overnight Black Friday shopping at the mall. Alas, I don't think she does this anymore because of the rise of online retailers. Yeah, that there was kind of, until people started getting run over and all that, there was kind of a fun thing about that, right? Things would open late or open very late after Thanksgiving or early morning, and people would go out, and it was kind of an event. And it's, I've never stood in line for an iPhone or anything like that either. But there's a, for some people that's a lot of fun, standing in line for the movies or for an iPhone, or, it's part of the experience. And I think that can be fun. My sister-in-law and brother used to go late night, like midnight, when they do the Midnight Madness stuff for Black Friday after Thanksgiving and stuff. And that was, before they had kids. But they used to do that, and they had a lot of fun doing that, and they would get good deals doing that. So, I don't want to put anyone down who does stuff like that. There's an experience, I'll say. And I think it could be fun, but it's not me. It's not me. And I don't have the money for it now anyway. Harry says, I worked on some beads from AG today, but did not finish. They were a couple small bags of tiny beads, and I spent time stringing them. Nice. I saw the one thing that stands out, Harry, that you did was use the African beads, the two on the sides and the one in the middle. That I really, really like that necklace with the chain. I haven't been able to I've just stayed off of online a lot. I've been posting for us here and there, not even as much as I would like to, but I have tried not to, use up all my time scrolling lately, and just trying to kind of do more resting, because scrolling online can make me crazy sometimes. Like when people say things about Andrew's art, it makes me insane. And I get fired up, and then he's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, but I'm fired up, which only adds stress to the whole household. The kittens go crazy, and everybody goes crazy. Cats go crazy, because they can sense that stress too. So I have not seen all of what you've all been doing, but that stood out to me, Harry. I really liked it. Marion says, I only saw anti-Semitism complaints from non-Jews. Besides, the concept Krampus is very old. Yeah. it's a weird thing, and you know, if if it is something that is proven that that is what happened, of course, you know, you don't want to. I would never want to be associated like that because that's not who we are as people. Um, but I think Krampus is a totally different thing from everything that we've read. And if there were some similarities by some people long ago, it wasn't the entire concept of Krampus. It was that particular, person or artist or rendition. But I don't think that Krampus, from everything we've seen, that the Krampus in general is an anti-Semitic thing. All those Black Friday ads and promotions overwhelm my poor old brain, says Susan. I get it. Julie says the issue of being offended is getting on my last nerve. I know. People don't remember that you can just move on, right? You can just move on with your life. I don't know. I guess, I think about it. And I guess, when you used to watch TV, when there was only TV, there wasn't the internet, or even the radio, when there was just radio. I did not grow up in the age when there was just radio. But I'm sure that it was the same thing. Like what you heard on the radio or what you saw on the TV, that was your moment that if you were going to get crazy about something, you could get crazy. Like I remember my grandparents talking about things that came across the TV, or my parents, or we would discuss things that were on the TV, and sometimes we get fired up about it, but it never left your house generally, right? Or your friend group. It never was able to spread any further. And you only had that when something came across the news or something came on TV that sparked that. And now I think we are just inundated with the possibility of that, right? It's the possibility of being able to be upset about something. And I don't think we've all kind of tuned into the fact that it's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot more often if you're online. It's going to happen a lot. Even the algorithms, I think a lot of them are tied to making that happen because it furthers engagement. Nothing brings engagement like somebody upset about something, right? So I think that, we have to realize this has happened. You hear something on the radio, you got upset with your family. You saw something on TV, your friends and your family, you got upset. You talked about things and discussed things, and you blew up about things sometimes. Now there's just this constant rush of possibilities of getting upset about things. And we have to be more determined, I think, in our own mind and our own selves to just say, it's okay. Just that person's doing that. That person has always done that. I just didn't know about it yet. Now, there are some things that we need to get upset about, right? There are some things that we need to set straight, or some things that, we should correct from past things. But this constantly being upset is not great. It's not great for our health. It's not great for friendships. It's not great for a lot of things. And there's a lot of things to be happy about, right? At least there should be. They're not brought to us daily as often as the things that get us upset, because seeing a beautiful picture, for some reason, people will see a beautiful picture and they can just, oh, that's beautiful, and let it go. They don't type, hey, that's really beautiful. I really, think that's great. And I mean, some people do. I try to. I know a lot of you try to. But for some reason, when we see something beautiful, we don't bring that engagement that we do when we see something we dislike. So anyway, you all know, Donna says, I have another show a week from tomorrow, sponsored by my local metaphysical shop. No stupid people raising Cain this time. Good. Krampus is thought to be the son of the Norse goddess Hel, which is nothing like Satanism. See, there you go. No, I really think I really think that this is people putting things together that, like I said, maybe some people who use the image of Krampus did it for that reason, or made their images for that reason. But I don't think that the spirit of Krampus was that, as far as what I can see. Cindy says, I love the heart bird pieces of Andrew's. Thank you. Yeah, those were good sellers. He's working on some other stuff too, which I don't have the right to show you, so I'm not showing you today. Michelle says, I really think that AG has really helped us be better jewelry artists. Thank you. I hope so. That's our goal. Our goal is to be there for you and to assist you. You know, sometimes, you know, we try to take the lead on things when we can, but you know, our goal is to support you. We're not supposed to be here and you're here. You're supposed to be here, and we're just supposed to be here to help push you up. And that's how we've always thought of ourselves. And when we learn things, we learn them so that we can teach them, and so that we can bring that knowledge, or that we can, you know, expand that. Sometimes it's just expanding the idea of what's possible, right? You know, sometimes we learn things that we can't teach because they're, you know, other people's things. But hopefully, if we use them in our way, like Andrew does with his artwork sometimes, hopefully that brings it to you in a way that also supports you, and that you can find something. You know, I think that the more that you're exposed to, the better. And so we've never thought of ourselves necessarily, at least I haven't really thought of ourselves as like leading the pack as much as you know, sometimes doing that, but also a lot of times just providing the tools and the resources. So I hope that's how you feel too. Suzanne says, Cinnamon is here, headbutting the phone. Hello, Cinnamon. Thank you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. I have the door closed because, newsflash, I don't know how I didn't say this before, the kittens have full reign of the house now. It's been about a week, maybe 3 or 4 days, and they have had complete reign of the house. We've not had to put them in their rooms and sequester them off at all. They've been very good. I think a slow introduction was good. We were introducing them for more and more time over the past few weeks. And now Gilbert is doing better. He's not 100% happy about it all the time, but he is putting up with them. And Barnaby goes around kissing them and loving on them, and they love on him. And so Barnaby's fine. Gilbert's a little bit more hesitant, but he's getting used to them. He let them all sit in his little cat tree today. So it's good. It's good. So that's the kitten update. They're wild, but they've been pretty good. I've had to keep this room, the office, closed because it has all the bead strands and the loose beads. And they got in here one night. I don't know how they got in, but I don't know if one of the bigger kids opened the door. Sometimes if you don't pull it hard enough, they could push in. And I found bead strands all over. So luckily intact bead strands, but and large bead strands. They'd just drag them around. So we keep this room closed, and I hear them right now. Okay, let's see. Let me. Marion says, hey, the history person I follow on 2 channels says the same thing. Okay, good. Dr. Cat Merchant says the same thing about the Krampus. Good. Anne says, I hope you have a great show, Donna. Yeah, we all do. Hope you have a really great show. We want your jewelry out in the world. We want you to do well with it. That's why we're trying to provide you with good stuff, so that you have all the things you need to make even better things and get them out there to people. Oh, let's see here. Marion says, we put short dated products at 50% off. Some people shop early in the day just for those items. Yeah. At our grocery store, they call the manager specials. And we used to buy our meat only when we ate meat. We would only buy manager specials because it was short dated. But we bought, we bought almost every day. It wasn't usually 50% off, but it was a good discount. And yeah, that's how we would always buy our stuff, our meat, because meat was expensive. Cindy says, I've never done Black Friday and never will. I get it. Facebook user says, hello, William. Hope you're feeling better. I don't know who you are, but thank you. I am starting to. I can feel my energy draining, so I'm going to have to wrap this up a little bit soon, but so that I can get to the cottage and do some stuff too. So I'm gonna, if I skip your comment, I will, I'm sorry, but I'm reading them all, but I'm going to progress a little bit through here. Marion says, I do believe I should unfriend someone who uses guilt tactics to get people to be sympathetic. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's hard, right? It's hard because, sometimes guilt is one of those necessary things, but when you overdo it, when you become, I can't follow people who constantly do things like that. I've had a few friends that, even though I believed in a lot of what, like, I have friends who are in PETA, and I believe in compassion for animals, and I believe in a lot of that. But sometimes things come up that it becomes too much, and they're too strong and too full force. And that's, you take somebody who's on your side and you alienate them, and that can happen. And so I don't know if that's the situation, but yeah, that's not a good, it's not a good look most of the time. Michelle says, yay, freedom for kitties, right? Susan says, yay, kittens. Our tiny beast Phil just celebrated his 3rd Gotcha Day. That's awesome. Happy Gotcha Day, Phil. That's great. Kitten freedom days, Marianne says. Yep, right? Donna says, thank you all so much. Going for a more minimalistic niche this time. Good. Marianne says, meat items are 30% off. That's more right. Oh, Susie's the Facebook user. Good. There you are. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate that. Tomorrow I should have pics and video. My jewelry is being set up tomorrow. So excited, says Michelle. Nice. Susie says, can't figure out why I need to keep signing into StreamYard. Who knows, right? A lot of times lately, a lot of things have been asking me, like, you need the extra verification. Like, we're going to send you an email. We need to send you a text. It's been happening a lot lately. And I don't know why either. And StreamYard was one of them. I had to sign in, but I think I was signing in on a new device. But it's been happening more and more often, it seems like. All right. So I told you that I'm going to show you some stuff. And I'm almost here at the end, and I haven't shown you some stuff. But I think I talked about everything on my list, except the one thing I want to talk about before I show you anything is that Laura Lunsford, if you didn't see that, has been in touch with us, and she is sending a package. I looked back on our history, and we were doing a Laura Lunsford trunk show last year during Black Friday and Small Business Saturday. And y'all went crazy for that. So we're gonna be a few days later this year with the Laura Lunsford Trunk Show, but she does have new things, and I'm excited. I don't know. I have not been sent any pictures of what we're getting. Sometimes she's able to give me a little preview. Sometimes I don't even know what we're gonna get. But we always trust her to send great things. I have seen some new things that she's been working on. If you have seen her page, or if you're friends with her, you may have seen that. And I'm hoping we get some of those because they're freaking awesome. So there will be a Laura Lunsford Trunk Show coming up soon. If you don't know who that is, if you're new to us and you don't know, Laura does beautiful soft soldering work using gemstones and fossils and glass and crystal and just a myriad of things, sometimes horn and just natural things. And so I'm excited. I love opening her boxes and just seeing what's in there. So I don't know the exact date yet. Normally she sends me a shipping record or a tracking number, but I don't think I've gotten one of those yet. So hopefully that box is going to be on its way soon, and we'll have a trunk show out for y'all sooner than later. So stay tuned for that. If you're not on our email list or our text message list, I will be sending out the notification that has arrived and giving the dates for that trunk show first on the email list and the SMS list. So you can sign up on our website for either one of those. If the pop-ups don't come up for those, you can go to the links tab on our website. It's in the menu and it says links, and that's all the links to pretty much everywhere we are. The other thing that's happening is Monday is book club day. So hopefully, depending on what's going on and what we're doing, hopefully we'll have book club on Monday night. But if something happens, we'll let you know. Because right now, so much is up in the air. So yeah, but planning for that too. Did you read the book? I did not read the book yet. I don't know if I'll read the book before I get it, but we'll see. It's on Andrew's Audible. Maybe I can get through it. I don't know. And also, boy, now that I say I'm going to get to things, now I'm thinking of all the things I need to say. The Saturday morning tutorial. You may have noticed last Saturday there was not a Saturday morning tutorial again. I just was not feeling up to it. But I have edited that already today in between people during those dead times in store when there weren't waves of people. I had enough time to edit the Saturday morning tutorial. So I will be posting that tonight, and it should be ready hopefully. I started uploading it in the store today, and I had to cancel it because it was going to take 2 hours to upload it, and it's less than 30 minutes for a video. So I don't know why it was taking so long. I don't know if there are a ton of people uploading to YouTube today because of Black Friday or Small Business Saturday. So if it doesn't take that crazy amount of time, it should be ready by 8:30 in the morning tomorrow morning. So that'll be available. It is a very simple seed, a Super Duo seed beaded bracelet. One of the ones that Jen wears pretty much every week that maybe many of you have seen. And it is super simple when you watch it, but it's still fun, and it's still a good thing to learn, I think, and she'll take you through it. And we've cut out where she strings everything. She strings a few, and then we cut to the end. So I don't know if it's 20 some minutes. I can't remember exactly, 23 minutes maybe. So it's not a long video, but I'm hoping that it will be up and processed by YouTube in time for what we normally do at 8:30. So yeah, now that I think is what I have for today. Now I'm going to show you some of the projects we're working on that may or may not ever come to fruition. But these are the things that I've been working on in the background as I have the energy and as I can. Norma says, I want to come to book club. I want to come to book club and love the book, but it's a friend's birthday, so other commitments. I get it. So we'll see. Marion says it's short, William. I thought I remembered Andrew saying it was a short book, so I might actually get through it. I would like to actually get through one of the books. I've not been great about the book club, the whole history of the book club. I don't know, but hopefully, maybe I will. Michelle says, there's no rush in the videos. We all want you to get better. Thank you. YouTube doesn't know that I'm ill, though, and YouTube will stop promoting our channel and stop, giving us subscribers if we're not consistent there. And we've not been consistent with our lives, so I'm trying to get back into doing them just for that reason, if nothing else. But I know y'all understand, and it'll get done when it gets done, right? But this one's done. So as long as YouTube processes it, we'll be okay. Let me go ahead and flip this around. I'm going to show you just a few things. There are only two things here that I'm going to show you that we've been working on. Kind of two things. Let me find which camera. There we go. Oh my. See, you already saw those. If you saw them, you saw them. One of those things which has to do with the Krampus is we've gotten these tumblers. And we were trying to do, let me move these out of the way because you're just going to keep seeing those if I don't move my camera over, which I can't because I have things there. There's the cord charging my phone right now. Boy, it's been a while. So this is a picture Andrew did of, this is the Ligonier Diamond. This is our center of town, decked up for the holidays. Today, actually, it probably just happened, is light up night. So this is a previous picture because the diamond has not been lit up yet. Tonight is the first night. They always do it on Black Friday. They have a big celebration. Usually I go down and film it, but it was too cold for me to feel like I could stand outside today. So this is the Ligonier Diamond, and then Andrew put his little Krampus painting on that. So this is not perfect. I don't have the large file. This file was a smaller file that Andrew sent me, and I don't know if I can blow it up to take up the whole thing. But this was just a trial because we just got these tumblers. And we're thinking about using these and selling them in the online store and in the physical store with some of Andrew's artwork on them. And this was the first one that came to mind. And I had that in my brain before all this Krampus stuff happened. And but anyway, so this was a trial of this. These are hot cold tumblers, and they come with straws. And so I don't know, like, I don't know if I can make this picture any bigger, and I don't know if anybody would buy this with most of it just white like this with just a little bit of the picture on it. I know coffee cups, like people buy the more coffee cups like this, but without a full bleed on here, I don't know if people would buy this as it is, but we still may work on some of Andrew's other artwork and get it on with larger file sizes. But I have to work on this a little bit yet because the press that I have, it covers this, but it leaves a gap, so I would have to turn it during the heat process. And I don't know how much, I don't want to overheat the sublimation ink and stuff either. So I have to play around with it a little bit more, but I think this one came out really, really well for what it is. So again, if you didn't see that, this is the Christmas lights and the Ligonier, the bandstand in the center of town with that. Sue says, I love tumblers like this. Donna says, I love the one you have now. Let's see here. Michelle says, so many used tumblers. Michelle says, that's cool. Donna says, love the tumbler, so cool. Thank you so much. Susan says, I can guarantee that if you put cats on that tumbler, they'll sell, right? Yeah, so I wanted to do the Yule Cat, but I need to see if Andrew has his copies of the artwork that he took pictures of, because I don't think I have large enough size pictures for it. And he'd have to root through all his photos and give those to me. So we'll see. We'll see. So I don't know. Does it offend you that it's not a full bleed around the tumbler? Would that bother you? Let me know. Would anybody like this Krampus one like this if I made them like this? And it was, because like I said, I don't know that we have the artwork in any big enough size to blow this up. But would that be something you're interested in? That's kind of why I'm presenting this, to gauge interest before we go crazy making a ton of different tumblers. But I'm kind of seeing, like, does this bother you that it's blank? And would that be something you're interested in? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. So I think that's cool. Donna says, no, you don't need a full picture on the tumbler. I'm very interested. Okay. Because I think we can price these pretty well. Like, I don't know what people pay for tumblers. That's the other thing. But our mugs are $18. I was thinking somewhere around $22 to $24 for these would work out for us. So is that a price that seems right for you all? Like I said, they have this slidey thing here like this, and then they also they come with a straw too. Cheryl says, I love it, and Krampus, the blank area would just face my wall. Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure. Like, for me, like that's hard for me. But, if I saw this in a store, if I didn't make it, I'm much more, I'm hard on myself when I make something more, I think a lot of us are, than if we were to buy something. And I think if I saw this in the store, even if it had a white space, I don't think it would bother me either. But I always like to gauge other people. I might be able to stretch this graphic a little bit more up, top, and bottom, and that would stretch it a little more that way too. I don't know. Michelle says, how much? I missed that. I was thinking 22 to 24. Cheryl says you're able to put the logo sideways in the white space. That's what I was thinking too, is I could possibly do the logo or some kind of, Krampusnacht or Merry Krampusnacht or something like that in there. That was another option I was thinking of, to take up some of that space. I was pulling from was it Home Alone that they did You Filthy Animal? I was like, Happy Krampusnacht, you filthy animal, or something I was thinking about putting in that white space. All these things that I was going through my mind, like, how can I fill that? So that's what I was thinking. Michelle says, oh, great price. So 22 to 24 would not be offensive if we did it at that price, because I think I can do it at that price and still, make a decent enough profit on these, because these are a little bit more expensive than other things, of course. Cindy says, being left-handed, I'm used to seeing the back side of things. That's the other thing too, is that that's why we do our mugs both sides. That's why our mugs have both sides, because one, I have many left-handed people in my family, and it's not fair that, either no one else gets to see what's on their mug, or they don't ever get to see what's on their mug. So yeah, and these, at least, they have no correct way of holding them, right? So you can look at it yourself, or you can turn it around whenever you want. But yeah, with our other mugs, though, we do print them both sides because of that. Because I know what it's like. I have family members who are, and I'm kind of ambidextrous. I drink with both hands, so I know that too. Marion says Allegory Gallery would be great on the back. Yeah, and I might do that, except our logo is more square, so it kind of, we'd have to maybe reconfigure our logo a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. So that's that. So maybe this will come out like this, or maybe I'll tweak it a little bit more and do some other tumblers with Andrew's artwork. What other, if you remember any of Andrew's recent artwork, what other pieces would you like to see on the tumblers? What would you be interested in buying? Because I can't just make them on demand necessarily. So I got to make some and hopefully sell them. And I don't want to make too many and then have them that they never sell. So your input would be extremely helpful. If you have any of Andrew's recent artwork that you think might work, they would have to be big enough paintings that they would take up enough room. That's the other thing. Or maybe a collage of his paintings. I don't know. Sometimes we take pictures of all of them and have collages of them. So maybe I could do something like that too. That's actually, just now thinking about that, that might be a good idea, because we often take collage pictures of his series of artworks, and that might be nice putting them on some of those. Donna says owls, maybe. That'd be good. Let's see here. Donna says it's a very reasonable price. I have one that has glitter and mermaid scales, and I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it, right? Susan says, I think I paid $25 for my tumbler. My friend from work was having an online party. That's where I bought mine. Okay. That could be good. So 24, 22, 24 could work. Facebook user says, can you put Allegory Gallery or AG Bead Fam? Love your Phoenix or hand or eye. Okay, good to know. Yeah, put it in the comments. I'm going to read through the comments later and see what y'all think and what kind of artwork you might like on these. Julie says, make it pre-orders for a head count. we can't really make a pre-order without charging, and then I don't want to charge people and have to refund people if I don't, get enough, or it's just so hard. So that's why, hopefully if I don't sell it online, we would sell it in the store or sell it at an event or something. So I don't know. Donna says, by the way, everyone that came to Thanksgiving loved Andrew's owl painting. Oh, thank you for letting us know. That's awesome. Anne says, all the word paintings, forget the series name, All My Little Words on wood with magnets. You had a picture of all those together. It was cool. Yeah, we have that. I have a lot of his. We often take the group photo to use as a backdrop or something for things. And so, yeah, the All My Little Words, that could be nice. I could definitely put those on tumblers. Yeah, good ideas. Good ideas, everybody. See? That's why. Julie says, oh, I get it. Yeah, I don't want to charge and have to refund and all that if things don't work out. So that's why I like to collect ideas. We mull them over. I can't promise anything, but hopefully we come out with something that works. Cindy says, pictures of beads. We could definitely do, we have lots of pictures of beads. It could be luxury bead blend tumblers all over the place. I don't know if anybody would want luxury bead blend tumblers, but we've got it. Or we could have it, right? That's the nice thing with this is I know that it's so nice to have our own printing available that we can do this on these things. Donna says the Wild Heart series would be lovely. Okay. Okay. So that's one thing. Anne says, right, Cindy? We could drink from our bead tumbler while beading. There you go. All right. So y'all know, this is what we were looking at earlier too. Y'all know Andrew's enamel pendants, right? So we're getting ready for Handmade Arcade in Pittsburgh. And, there's only so much enameling that Andrew can do realistically to get ready for an event like this. And hand drawing each individual single one of these. And then this is a gifting kind of event. People are buying gifts, and these are $75 each. And so while they are well worth it, because they're all hand done, it's a many step process in the enameling process to get this. It's hard for people to say that they're going to buy a $75. You have to really love somebody, right, to or be just well off to be able to spend $75 on all of your people, right? That's probably not a possibility for most people. So we've been trying to think of ways to work around that and to make other things that are still in this realm, but are not this price. So I found some sublimation wood that is sublimatable. And so if y'all remember, Andrew had a red butterfly enamel. Red sublimating does not come out the best on this wood, I will say that. And this is the same wood we're using for the Krampus pendant and the Sunset Memories, or I should say ornament. Krampus ornament and the Sunset Memories ornament. We have tested it. We have taken steel wool and scratched it to make sure it doesn't scratch off easily. We have used nail polish remover to try to see if it removes the ink. We have submerged these for 12 hours in water to see what happens. And after 12 hours in water, the sides puffed up a little bit, but the printing remained intact. So we did all that to make sure that if you wear these, any amount of, sweat or, we all have body oils and things, isn't going to destroy them. So they should last a long time. And so we've now moved on to the point where we are starting to further this idea of having pendants that are much lower cost point. Just to show you, so this is the enamel, of course, and this is the wood. Difference in weight, they're much lighter. They're thicker, but they are lighter. And we can put anything of Andrew's artwork pretty much, unless it has a little too much red, because as Marianne says, it looks orange rather than red. It does have it's an orange red, even though the enamel pendant was a little bit more orangey red, I think, in person. But so we can do this, and we can make these so that if you can't afford the higher end piece, you might want to grab a pendant or a pair of earrings made out of this. And I think I have gotten it. These are after many attempts at trying to get the process right. I think I've gotten to a point where they look similar enough that we don't that it's worth doing, right? Because if these were going to be like, even if I flip this one over, you can see there's, especially on this one. Oh, Donna's got to go. Good evening. Thank you so much. Says don't overdo it, right? Yes, we're going to try not to. Thank you, Donna. Have a great night. And I don't know if we'll see you. I don't know what our schedule is going to be like, but if we don't see you before your show, have a great show, please. So you can see, like here, when I tested this side with the way that I did it, it came out a little lighter right here. So I've been working on pressure and things, but I finally got it like on this side where it looks very nice and dark, and it looks very similar. And of course, they're not exactly the same because it's, you know, they're a little bit sized a tiny bit differently. You can see the deer on this one's a little bit larger, and I have to do that for I forget what they call it in printing, but the edges have to hang off the edge a little bit to make a good print. So it has to be a little larger than this because I'm making the pendants the same size. I can make the pendants a little smaller. I can make these into different sizes, different shapes. I can make these pendants any shape we want, and we can make little circular earrings if we want to, or we can make triangles, or we can put Andrew's art on pretty much anything, any shape. So, but because we're going to this show, and because these are the kind of things that we were advertising for this show, this is one of those shows that you kind of tell them what you kind of have, and you kind of got to stay in that realm. Because of that, we made these and we have these, so we want to be able to supplement them for people who aren't going to buy $75 things, but maybe they'll buy a pendant for like $25 or $20 or something like that. So that's the other project that we're working on. These are definitely going to happen. So the Tumblr, that's a work in progress still. These are things that are definitely going to happen. And Michelle says, I think the wood pendant looks better. To me, I see more detail on the wood. There's a difference too between, especially in this lighting, between the matte, because the wood is a little bit more matte. The enamel pendant has the UV coating to protect it. So sometimes, depending on how you see it, sometimes it looks better and sometimes it looks less detailed. So it just depends the light you're in. But the wood pendant changes less, right? Depending on where you hold it or how it's reflecting, you're going to see what you see. And that's the kind of thing I like about that one. So I think I've gotten to the point where I'm happy with it. And I like the process. So what do you all think about these? Would you buy these? Would you buy these these if they were, priced, lower than the $75 here? Because I know a lot of you haven't grabbed the enamel pendants, and I understand why. They're their own works of art themselves. So you got to be in the realm for that, right? But I think the wooden pendants, we can get at a much better price point for you. And so we'll see. Julie likes the darker one. The deer likes the darker one. Yeah, it all just depends, but I'm trying to get as close to these as we can. So I'm going to be taking copies of the pendants and starting to make more of these. So you might start seeing these pop up in the online store. They might premiere, though, at the holiday market, the Handmade Arcade in Pittsburgh first. You're just getting a sneak peek. And then once we run them through there, then I may start putting them in the online store. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll do it both ways. I don't know. It depends how many I can make. And which ones Andrew wants to make, if he has any input on on which ones he wants to make or not. We just might start making them all. I don't know. So let's see. Anne says I would buy the wooden pendants for sure. Thank you. I think the wood looks better. Oh, that's the detail one. Cindy says I love the pendants. Norma says would definitely buy them. Good. Now these are going to be a little bit more expensive than our regular woodcut pendants, of course, because there's more of a process and it's more money. But there you go. Marian says depends on the subject more than the medium for me, but $25 is a good price for the wood ones. See, I was wondering. I was going to ask that next. Yeah, I was trying to think of $25. We might put a chain on it or something and call it a necklace and be $25 and be done. I don't know. We might be able to get under $25 on them too. I don't want to price them too inexpensively because there is a lot of work that goes into getting them made. Me doing the work to get them there, but we also want people to be able to grab them. But we also possibly want to leave room for some wholesaling. Maybe. I don't know if we want to get into that with these or not, but there may be a possibility for that. So I want to leave some room in there in the budget for that. So what do you think on 25? Does everyone think 25 is good? What would be the point where you would stop purchasing them, I guess is the question. If you were going to purchase one or two of them, what would you do with them? Doing some market research here today about that. It can help me out so I don't stress myself out trying to prepare these. Yeah, I'm not happy with the red. It looks orange. So Michelle says those would sell great at $25 with a chain. That's kind of what I was thinking. 25 in a chain, and then I want to make some smaller ones maybe that are matching earring sets. And maybe we'll make some earrings. Or maybe just sell the blanks for earrings. I don't know. I know most of you would probably prefer having the blanks rather than having things already made. But we'll see. But that's good. $25 in a chain. Susan says upwards 30 or 35. Norma says 25 is good. I wouldn't go lower on all Andrew's beautiful work. Okay, good to know. We tend to, I think sometimes we underprice ourselves. And sometimes I think that, sometimes we think that does things good, but I think sometimes also people might think that they're cheap or cheaply made, and sometimes we don't sell stuff because of that. So see, 25, I wasn't sure about 25, but that's good. It seems like y'all are definitely within the $25 range. So that's good to know. Good to know. That should leave us some room also to have sales and things too. Susan says, I like the orange. Hopefully the color issue gets resolved so the red color emerges. Yeah, I don't mind this by itself. Like by itself, I think the orange is fine. If I didn't know that this was supposed to be red, I think it would be fine. I think it's a pretty design, but I have noticed that even on on all the colors, whenever I do red, on this particular sublimatable wood, the red does not come out. It didn't come out for the ornaments when I tried various ones, and it didn't come out on this. Even though I way up the saturation and tried to make it much darker, saturation and contrast, and played around with it, I could not get red. And I don't know why, but I couldn't get red. But on mugs and stuff, I've not had. Like this is definitely, I mean, these are pretty red in here. His tongue's pretty red. So I don't know. I don't know why I can't get it on the wood though. So there's what we've been working on. Like I said, I was thinking 22, 24, somewhere in there in the tumbler, and putting these on a chain, $25 on a chain. Maybe a pair of earrings for $25, something like that for the show. So that's the newest stuff, y'all. All right, let me flip the camera back around real quick. I'll say a quick goodbye, and then I'm going to try, I think, I'm getting a little worn out, but I'm going to try and go up to the cottage and work on a few things. Just take it easy and work on a few things. I think I'm more losing my voice than anything. I'm talking more tonight than I have in a while. Even in store, it's not been that busy in store. So thank you for tuning in. It was nice chatting with you all and catching up a little bit. Cindy says, I like the idea of buying earrings to embellish. That's good. Good to know. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. It was really good to see you. Sorry, I'm reading some comments too. Michelle says with earrings 30 to 35. I'd probably sell the earrings separately. We don't usually do match sets of things, but so it'd be separate earrings and separate necklace. I don't know. We'll see. Anne says, if you go work at the cottage, watch something fun and relax while you work. Yes, I'm going to. I'm going to just probably, I don't know what, but do something like that. Let Andrew rest here. He's still napping or sleeping. This is his sleep time. Been trying to let him get more and more rest. I hope I'm not waking him up too much in here. But I was just like, did I just hear somebody? But anyway, yes, I'm gonna go do some work, but have something fun going in the background too. So Susan says, have a great weekend, everyone. Yes, it is the weekend. So thank you so much. Again, we have a sale going on in the online store, so please check that out. If you're local, we have a sale going on in the physical store. Please come check that out and hang out with me a little bit. And we have more, like I said, we have exciting things coming. We have plans all the time. And I hope you like them. So thank you all for your input. If you're rewatching this video, please do keep putting in the comments the answers to the questions I'm asking. What kind of things would you want on tumblers? What kind of pricing looks good to you? It really helps when you all help us with that kind of thing, because if you've ever tried to price your own stuff, you know what I mean. It's not easy, and we tend to, I think, undercut ourselves a lot. Which sometimes, like I said, makes our product maybe seem cheap, but we're just trying to give you the best price possible and good stuff. So help us out. Let us know what the market is, what you're seeing out there in the market, and kind of the price points you're looking at, and that really does help. And any ideas are helpful. So thank you all so much. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let you go too. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you, out there in the online world. And hopefully next week we'll get back to doing some more videos, but we are going to be preparing for Handmade Arcade pretty intensely over the next few days, because I think we're a little bit behind, but we're going to catch up fast, I think. So thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll see you as soon as we can see you again. All right. And if you need anything, remember, just send us an email or shout out in the Design Challenge group on Facebook, and hopefully we'll see it. Somebody will see it, and we'll get to you. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. And really, thank you so much. Love you all sincerely. Thank you for all the support and everything you've done to allow me to start to recuperate and rest and all that. I could go on, but I'll let you go. Have a great night, everybody, and a beautiful weekend.